Hello everyone, my name is Anushka Yadav. Hope you all are fit and fine. Here I am going to explain the novel Jane Eyre by Charlotte Brontë. So this is a British novel which is a part of Victorian age which comes under 19th century. So in this century we have many authors or writers who wrote and gives a great contribution to the society. Like we have Robert Browning, he was a great poet of this age. Then we have George Eliot, she was a women writer and was famous for her novels. Charles Dickens, he was also famous for his novels. Now let's know about Victorian period. So this is the period between 1837 to 1901. Here some of the prominent features of this period. So first, it is reign of Queen Victoria from 1837 to 1901. Rise of industries and factories was prominent. Economic progress, poverty and exploitation was going on. Rise of women authors. It is a very important feature of this age because as we all know, earlier women were not given enough rights. But in this age, they were given some rights and many women started writing. Like we have Charlotte Brontë, our writer of our novel, and we have George Eliot and many others. Then rise of middle class, depiction of daily life, crowded with characters. It is also an important feature of this age. The novels of this age consist of many characters. They were crowded with characters. Then the major authors. In this we have Charlotte Brontë, Charles Dickens, Thomas Hardy, William Makepeace Thackeray, George Eliot, Robert Browning and many others. Now let's know about our writer of our novel. That was Charlotte Brontë. So her pseudonym is Currer Bell, but she used to write with her name Charlotte Brontë only. Now a glimpse to author's life. So she was a novelist as well as a poet. She was born in Thornton in Yorkshire on 21st April 1816. They are five siblings. Eldest of three Brontë sisters were Charlotte Brontë, Emily Brontë and Annie Brontë. She died on 31st March 1855 from a complication of pregnancy. Her major works were Jane Eyre, which was published in 1847, which we are going to discuss. Then Shirley, which was published in 1849 and Vliet in 1853. Now let's talk about the work. So it was published in 1847. Genre, Buildings Roman novel. Coming of age, it means development of a person from his childhood to his adulthood. Then setting, north of England. There was not any specific place mentioned by the writer, but it was said that it was in north of England. Narration, it was narrated in first person. Now major characters. As the novels of Victorian age consist of many characters, so this novel is also crowded with characters. But here I am explaining some of the major characters of the novel. So they are Jane Eyre. She was the protagonist of the novel. Mrs. Reed, Jane's cruel aunt. Basily, maid at Gateshead. Mr. Brocklehurst, cruel master at Lowood School. Maria Temple, kind teacher at Lowood. Then we have Helen Burns, Jane's close friend at Lowood School. Edward Rochester, Jane's employer at Thornfield. Bertha Mason, Rochester's clandestine wife. Grace Poole, caretaker of Bertha. Then we have St. John Rivers, Jane's benefactor after she runs away from Thornfield. Now let's see the plot of the novel. So if I talk about the plot, so it follows the experiences of eponymous heroine. It was divided into 38 chapters and was published in 3 volumes. It consists of 5 distinct stages. At first we have childhood at Gateshead Hall, then education at Lowood School, thirdly governance at Thornfield Hall, Moor House, and at last reunion with Edward Rochester. Now, what is the significance of these stages in this novel? So, this depicts the life of Jane from her childhood to her adulthood. Like, she spends her childhood at Gateshead Hall and completed her education at Lowood School, and like that only. Now, the summary. Before forwarding towards our novel, I would like to tell you the summary of the novel because it will more beneficial and will help you to understand the novel in a better way. So let's start with the summary. So Jane is mistreated by her aunt, Mrs. Reed. She was locked in a red room and traumatized by the ghost of her uncle. Later, she was sent in Lowood Institution, which was a charity school which runs by Mr. Brocklehurst. At Lowood Institution, she became close friend of Helen Burns, but Helen Burns dies later. And after leaving the school, Jane secretly falls in love with Rochester at Thornfield. Jane saves Rochester from fire and agrees to marry with him. Jane learns Rochester marries with Bertha. After that, she flees away from Thornfield. After running away from Thornfield, she arrived at Moor House. There, Jane inherits a fortune. St. John proposes Jane, but she rejects the proposal. Bertha Mason dies. Jane and Rochester marries. So now let's start our novel. So, our novel Jane Eyre starts with a 10-year-old orphan girl who used to live with her maternal uncle's family. And now who's that orphan girl? She was Jane, the protagonist of our novel. Her parents had died of typhus, which is a disease. So she used to live with her maternal uncle's family at Gateshead Hall. Mrs. Reed, who was Jane's aunt, and her cousins, Georgian Reed, Eliza Reed, and John Reed, treats her cruelly. Mrs. Reed locks her in a red room when John, who is son of Mrs. Reed, fights with Jane. In the red room, Mr. Reed, who was Jane's uncle, had died years before, and now his ghostly presence scares Jane there. Bessie, who was a nursemaid at Gateshead Hall, was the only person who treats Jane well. Soon after, Mrs. Reed sent Jane to the Lowood Institution on the advice of Mr. Lloyd, who was Reed's apothecary, which was a charity school and was run by Mr. Brocklehurst, and he was a very crude man. Jane there became close friend of Helen Burns. But a massive typhus epidemic sweeps Lowood, and Helen dies of consumption. Maria Temple used to teach Jane. She was a kind teacher at Lowood Institution, and she changes the life of Jane as she makes her a bold and a self-confident girl. Jane spends 8 years at Lowood Institution, 6 as a student and 2 as a teacher. Later, Jane leaves the school and she advertises for a job as a private tutor. She is here to become the governess of the young Adela Varens at Thornfield. Mr. Rochester was the master of Thornfield. Later, at Thornfield, Jane secretly falls in love with Rochester. One day, an incident of fire occurs at Thornfield. At that time, Jane saves Rochester's life from the fire, and after that incident, Rochester's feeling for Jane changes and he started liking Jane. The next day, he leaves unexpectedly for a distant party gathering, and after several days, returns with the whole party, including the beautiful Blanche Ingram. Jane feels that Rochester will marry to Blanche Ingram, and she starts to feel jealous. Later one day, Jane receives a message that her aunt, Mrs. Reed, had suffered a stroke and is calling for her. So Jane, after forgetting all the things what her aunt did with her at her childhood, returns to Gateshead and remains there for a month. Her aunt also told her about a letter she received from her paternal uncle, Mr. John Eyre, in which he wants to adopt Jane. But she hid this letter from Jane, and she also told to her uncle that Jane had died at Lowood due to fever. And she didn't tell Jane about this letter because she hates Jane. Soon afterwards, Mrs. Reed dies, and Jane had her cousins after the funeral before returning to Thornfield. Now back at Thornfield, Jane broods over Mr. Rochester's rumor of marriage to Blanche Ingram. But to the surprise of Jane, Rochester proposes Jane for the marriage, and she agrees as she also likes Rochester. But at the wedding ceremony, Jane learns about Bertha Mason, who is mad wife of Rochester, when a lawyer declares that Mr. Rochester cannot marry because he is already married to Mr. Mason's sister. Who is Mr. Mason's sister? She was Bertha Mason, and she was locked in a room under Grace Pole's care. And it was also discovered that the reason behind the fire previously at Thornfield is Bertha only. After knowing about Bertha, Jane flees away from Thornfield. After running from Thornfield, Jane is hungry and forced to sleep outdoors. At last, three siblings who lived at Moor House, they take her in, and the three siblings were Mary and Dinah and St. John Rivers. And quickly they become friends with Jane. John River finds her a teaching position at a nearby village, and he surprises Jane one day by declaring that her uncle John Eyre has died and left her a large fortune of 20,000 pounds. And he also clarifies that they are cousins, as her uncle was also their uncle. Jane immediately decides to share the property with cousin. One day, St. John proposes Jane to marry, but she rejects the proposal and feels that Mr. Rochester's voice calling her name over the moors. Jane immediately hurries back to Thornfield and finds that it has been burned by Bertha Mason, who died after jumping from the roof. Mr. Rochester saved the life of the servants but lost his eyesight and one of his hands. Jane meets Rochester at new residence and rebuilds their relationship, and they married. Rochester regained sight in one eye, and they have one son also. And after that, they lived happily. And here we complete with the story of the novel. And now it's the time to discuss the themes of the novel. So, the major themes of the novel, the themes which are prominent in this novel were family. As we can see that family is a very important place in this novel. It plays a very important role. Then love. We can see Jane's love for Rochester in this novel. Then we have religion, social status, self-discovery, gothic elements and gender inequality. Now, influences. Many writers influenced by the work of Charlotte Brontë and wrote by inspiring, like we have White Saragossa Sea by Jean Rhys, and we also have The Mad Woman in the Attic by Sandra Gilbert and Susan Goober. The author used many quotes in the novel, but I found this quote very interesting, so I am sharing this with you. So, this is, I am not an angel and I will not be one till I die. I will be myself. And it was said by Jane Eyre. And at the last, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for listening me so carefully.